Hey guys, this is part 2 of foreign research. I turned the key and pulled out of the school parking lot. We dropped off Kyle at his house and went home. As soon as I hit the brakes in the driveway, Matt jumped out and ran into the house. I locked our doors, went inside, and hung my keys on the hook. Then went upstairs and logged my day. I drove Matt to school in Roxy, and he was bullied once again by Dick Larson. First period, we started reading John Green's Looking for Alaska. Second period, we played dodgeball and won. Third period, we learned that Christopher Columbus was a jerk. Fourth period, Sammy and I joked around in our free period. Fifth period, radicals. The square root of 56 is 2 root 7. Sixth period, Kyle and I drove to Burger Shack for lunch. Seventh period, a mole is 6.02 e to the 23rd. Eighth period, we had a lab period. And ninth period, I did my homework in study hall. Matt supposedly failed to ask out Stacy. He hasn't told me what happened yet. I drove Kyle home and then Matt. All of a sudden my chat popped up. It was Stacy. Oh my god, Mark. Hey Stacy, I got the sweetest poem today. Did you know from who? From a secret admirer. This is every guy in school. Every guy? Pretty much. I screamed for Matt to come here. He walked in the room, looking so depressed. Stacy loved the poem. His face lit up and he ripped off his hoodie. Wait, why is she telling you this? Did you tell her that you wrote it, he asked. No, moron, because we're friends. You know I don't like her, and I wouldn't be with her because you obviously like her a lot more. Should I tell her it was you? I don't know. Talk her into it. Hey Stacy, I typed. Who do you think it was? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I just want to meet him, she responded. I turned to Matt. Okay, look. Look at that. Let me tell her. Fine, tell her it was me. Stacy, it was my older brother Matt, I told her. Oh, he's my math class. Speaking of which, I've got to do my homework. Wish I had some help. Gotta go, bye. When I turned around, Matt was gone. I heard him scream to Mother that he was going to tutor Stacy. I turned my computer off and laid down on the bed. Within minutes, my phone was ringing. It was Kyle. What is it, Kyle? I want to take a nap. So seriously, where have you been? What? I told you I was sick. BS. What were you doing? You were absolutely fine right before you were gone. No way you were sick. You had a high fever, and that's it? I'm going to get you to tell me. Good luck. Then I hung up on him and went to sleep. 2.5 weeks later, I got a distress call on my computer. This computer was given to my parents by planters. Planters are people from my planet sent here to plant things in researchers' lives. When my parents wanted to buy a new computer, the planters, disguised as staff members, gave them a computer from my planet. It allows me to keep my log and all of my files. It is linked to the other researchers' computers, so when one dies, the nearest one alive will go and use the deceased computer to send the last bit of info home. Unlike us, the planters get to leave after each mission. My computer was telling me that a local researcher had died on the other side of town. I've never done this before. I know how, but I've never actually had to do an extraction. I picked up the phone and called Kyle. It rang a few times, then he picked up. I started walking down the stairs. Dude, I need your help, I said as I grabbed my keys. Then I turned to my mother and said, going to Kyle's, bye. Sure, with what? I'm on my way. Be outside when I get there. I hung up and put my phone in my pocket. I was freaking out on my way to Kyle's house, which is in between me and the extraction point. Luckily, I can focus on freaking out about the job and safely driving. I never really use it anywhere else, other than safe driving. Once I got to Kyle's house, he was waiting outside. He hopped in, and I just stared straight forward and drove. "What is going on? Where are we going?" he asked with a scared tone in his voice. "Hey, Mark." "Huh?" I said, snapping out of my trance. So I need to spend my overtime check by taking you out to lunch. But first I have to pick up something for my mother." We pulled up in front of the address I was given. It was a very old house. The paint had all chipped off, and the windows were broken. It looked just like a cliched haunted house. I told Kyle to wait in the car. I don't even know why I called him. He can't know what I'm doing, and he can't help. I walked to the front door and knocked. Then I waited a minute and pretended that someone let me in. I ran to the kitchen and opened the freezer to find something for my mother. I grabbed some chicken breasts and shut the door. Standing there when I did was, of course, Kyle. Standing there when I did was, of course, Kyle. I can't follow the rules, Thomas. "Geez, dude, what are you doing?" I asked, scared half to death. "No, Marcus, what are you doing? No one let you in. No one's giving you anything for your mom. No one's here. So why are you stealing chicken from a strange house?" I just can't tell you. Believe me, I want to tell you so bad, but I can't. Please drop in. I can't ever tell you or anyone. Now please, go wait in the car. I'm not here for the chicken." "Fine, I'll be in the car." He turned around and walked out the front door. I ran to the next room and there was no computer, so I tried the next room and still nothing. Then I ran upstairs and there was no computer in the whole house. I guess I was too late. Another researcher already got him and his computer. I walked out the front door and down the path to Roxley, but Kyle wasn't inside. I looked down the street to my left and saw nothing. Then to my right, a man was walking down the street toward me. This was Stacy Street, and he was walking home from their daily study session. "Hey, little bro, what are you doing here?" I'm getting something for Mother. But Kyle has gone missing. I'll ask if he's still inside. Can you check the backyard?" "Yeah, sure." Then he ran off around the house. I went back in the front door and screamed Kyle's name. Then I heard Matt scream for me. I ran out the back door and saw a patch of flowers. That must be the body. My species decays within hours and makes an excellent fertilizer, leaving a patch of flowers where we die. Matt wasn't out there, but the cellar door was open. There was no entrance on the inside. I walked down the stairs and around a corner. Kyle was tied up in the chair and Matt was behind him with a knife to his neck. "Matt, what the hell are you doing?" "Stacy broke up with me. She says she's in love with you. So I'm to kill you both." "What? That's no reason to kill anyone. Man, I don't feel that way about her." "Relax, Mark," he said, laughing. "I'm just kidding. I'm not really..." "Matt?" His voice dropped all of a sudden. "Relax, Mark," he said, laughing. "I'm just kidding. I'm not really Matt." His voice dropped all of a sudden. He grew as tall as me and much bulkier. His hair got shorter and turned gray, and he was wearing slacks and a black sweater. "Who the hell are you?" I screamed. "I'm the reason you're here, and the reason you won't be in a minute." "You're the dead researcher." "Why did I get called if you're not dead?" "Because I need your energy, and there's no use fighting. I am much stronger than you, so strong I can easily do this." Then he changed himself to look like me. "It's only a fair fight if you fight yourself." "How are you doing that?" "Oh, dear, sweet Marcus. We can all do it. They just don't tell you. See, I was accidentally given an all-access computer with all the information on our planet and people, and allows me to send the distress signals to other computers. I know that we can absorb the energy of our own to strengthen ourselves, so I can easily be your postman and spy on your family. Or even your best friend, Kyle. sneaking up on you while you raid my freezer. And yes, even your older brother Matt, leading you to your death. I pushed myself hard to turn into a champion wrestler, even the giant Dick Larson. But nothing happened. He just laughed and dropped the knife to the floor. I ran behind the shelves. Behind Kyle and pushed a vase onto his head. He was knocked out. I'd love to have this little adventure with him and let him know who I really am, but I can't.